I think there's something about staying at home. So before I was staying at my sister's house, now I've decided to stay at home. And here it's like, this is where I grew up. So it's interesting that my nervous system. Well, day 3 at my family home. No tears. No, genuinely no tears. And saw my ex. My ex, this is the other large relationship, and I guess I'll invite you into this relationship. This ex is of 16 years. We dated from the age of 16, on and off. She's had a restraining order against me. Once even charged me for, trigger warning, SA, which I had to go to court to, and that got dismissed, so I was never fully charged because it didn't happen. Then we got back together. Then she cheated on me. Then we got back together. Then we traveled. Then we quit work together. This person grew up with me. Then we finally realized, look, obviously there's something that's not working, which we really worked on for a long time. Then for 2 years I was single and we were still talking, but I was still emotionally involved. Then I happened to fall in love with the partner that we just broke up with now. And I've had other myriad of relationships in between of that, but that 16-year one is like a, it's like an ongoing relationship for me. Anyway, I saw her because we finally last year had been not talking enough and were able to kind of redesign our own lives without each other to be able to be comfortable to be friends again. I was like, we are friends. Me and you are like, we grew up together. We'll never be able to find a similar love. So just because we as a partnership didn't work out, I respect you as a human being up and beyond. Like, you are amazing, probably not for me though. And for her, I am amazing, but probably not for her. And I believe love has timing. So there's always like different times. Like somebody could be like, look, I'm all about work right now. And another person is like, I'm all about my family right now. And that could make wrong timing, and timing could change, timing could not change. That's not why I'm in it. The cool thing about it was seeing her. I had just broken out of a relationship, being able to tell her about my relationships. She was able to tell me about hers. We laughed, we cried. Well, we didn't cry, we laughed. And it was just awesome to see her in a really good place. And because she's in a good place, she was able to go, it's all right. Compared to everything that's going through, you're pulling through all right. And I gave her, all the details of what's going on. So that was really good. That propped me up. I'm at my family home. It's nice. It's nice to see the family. It's really nice to see the family. But again, I'm so curious to look back on these videos and see how I change while being around family, because it's a different thing. Anyway, I am excited. Why I'm excited, because not many things excite me, is my rig is starting to look better. So I'm controlling my eating, so my rig is starting to look better for me. Maybe it's actually worse than when I started the videos, but it's better now, which means we're dropping the weight that we gained while we were copiously eating to stop our emotions that this relationship was breaking up. But here we are, so that's good. I'm feeling not bad. It is a warm day, but I think there's something about staying at home. So before I was staying at my sister's house, now I've decided to stay at home. And here it's like, this is where I grew up. So it's interesting that my nervous system, my literal nervous system calms down. So when people are like, oh, there's no place like home, there's no place like home. I travel all the time and I'm filled with new things, new challenges, new things. And I think when you go home where your brain is used to the things, it's not trying to protect you from as many things, because it's like, oh, I know this, 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 and your body just calms right down. And I think that's why people love home. What they love is they love that home of peace, calm, security, because literally their amygdala, which is responsible for your heightened stress response and like mild anxiety to make sure that you're always safe, is reduced. It's like, hey, they got it all here. And that's why a lot of people, if family die, they actually, or the family home gets lost, or they didn't have a family, they don't actually have that safe place. And because they don't have that place which calms the amygdala down, or this safe place, then they feel lost and alone in a world for a long time. So their job is to create a place where they feel home. So you'll find people like that are very specific on creating their own home, where I grew up with a home, so I have that safe place. So I'm allowed to go out in the world and punch and fight because I have a safe place to come home. So it's like, interesting. That being said, when it's safe, we argue all the time, as parents do. They have heaps of opinions, and all of those opinions are on how we think you should do your life better. And especially if you have family which achieves something. So like, let's say, or even any human being. Once a human being achieves something, they usually get an ego about it. What I mean is, once I became viral on TikTok, I was like, I now know how to go viral. And if anybody else tells me how to go viral, I will not listen, because I'll be like, no, this is how you go viral. So I'll be an ego, I'll be opinionated and closed off to more ideas. So as a family member, if you've got a house and you've got a job and no one's dead, you as a mother or as a father, you just go, hey, we didn't die and we're all right, here's what you should do. We're not sure about all this other stuff because they watch the news and everything's scary. They're like, but do this and you'll be okay. And whenever it's something outside of the box, it's stressful. It's stressful. And I can try and explain it, but it still stresses them. So even though it's a calming experience, it's going to be fucking great to be in my own vortex where I just feel a bit of an edge again and a bit like, it's got a bit of oomphness to it. So, that's kind of where I'm at there. I'm saying that because it's nice. It's nice, and I know not everybody's... You don't choose what circumstance you're grown up in, and everybody that grows up in circumstances wishes it for it to be different, wishes it for it to be better, and you've got to accept what it is and what it isn't. Easier said than done. Some people have a broken home, and that is what it is. You've got to accept that your environment in which you grew up in shapes a lot of your starting ways of how you begin to maneuver life. But that isn't your end either. So what'll happen is you'll be brought up a certain way, or you'll be brought up by your community, and then when left to your own devices, you'll try and recreate your previous community, right? And that could be in relationships, and it could be in things, it could be in how you interact with people. Then you'll realize that your job, I think, as you grow up, is to realize that you didn't choose these behaviors, you just mirrored. You actually just copied, you just did a copycat. Like, we actually just all are copycats of our parents. That's why some people, you'll hear the statement say, show me your parents or show me your relationship with your mother and I'll be able to tell you how you're going to treat me as a partner for a man. Because they just do copycat, right? Not a lot of people are able to realize that they're a copycat. Me too. We're all just human. We just copy. And you haven't actually chosen to design how you want to be in this world. So a lot of mine from 18, 19 has been copying, and then I realized very early on that it's different. So I've been designing my whole life from scratch, piece by piece by piece. Do I want it that way? Do I not want it that way? And some things that happen automatically, I then circle back and go, that's literally an argument that I always had with my mum, and now I'm having it with my new partner 10 years later, but it's the same thing. It has the same, energy to it, and you're like, I'm doing it. This isn't how I want to be. How do I want to be in this conversation? I want to be patient, because let's say a parent was impatient. Don't know. I'm obviously feeling a little better. The New Year's plans, even though I'm banned off women, has turned into a bit of a thing now. The story is now we've still using the dating apps, which I hate, but now we're getting a lot of response. And now my little dopamine, my little manhood is this could be cool. But I'm being honest. I'm relationship gone a couple of weeks ago, not interested in a relationship. Not even sure if I'm really interested in sexual conduct together, even though I want to. Not sure if I could. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really don't know if I can feel anything for anybody else. But I'm open to have a good time and not be alone on New Year's and actually have a good time. And we're getting responses. Don't know if I'll ever go through with it yet. But that is what's happening on New Year's. But I've also given you... Yeah, I've given you what's happening on New Year's, which means it's happening on New Year's. So you know that now is before New Year's. So if you're catching that, then you know when this was filmed, potentially. But I'm not sure. Should I bring it into the daily? Like, should I bring it day to day? But that's not safe. No, forget it. That's not safe. Point is, I'm trying to maneuver this social media landscape, because all I really want to do is be like, hey, here's me. Here's me and here's everything. But do you know what I have to deal with? I have to deal with, well, firstly, we need to make sure people see it. So I need to put it on a platform where people can actually explore it and find it. Step one. Step two, you can't talk about everything, because some things will actually get you demonetized and remove you off YouTube. So I actually can't tell you everything. That's why if there's a newsletter down there that I've created an email to sign up, I'm not sure if Future Andrew has actually done that, but if Future Andrew has done that, it's in the link. Cool, sign up, because through a newsletter, I can send you anything. We can talk about anything. And that's why, like, I wrote a book, because there's things that are maybe not politically correct, but things that you need to hear that will make you understand and change your perspective. So I have to do all this, but really all I want to do on social media is give you the full, unadulterated, swearing, non-swearing, substances, no substances, hardships, everything through here, and just give it to you all raw. Like, I just want to give it to you raw. Here it is, man. Here it is. Here's the struggle. Here's me crying. Here's me dying. Here it is. I want to give you my heart. I want to literally live in this world in a completely open. I want the ability for every world to know literally how much ball hairs I've got. Like, not that I don't care. I just want to have that kind of level of vulnerability on this planet. We're all human beings. What is the problem with you knowing how many hairs my balls has? Oh, because it makes you uncomfortable? Because I should be self-conscious about it? I shouldn't be? Who cares? We're all little tadpoles. Egg, sperm, put together, tadpole, we've come out, and we think we're all that. We're just a little animal. That's all we are. Everyone chill out. Anyway, problem is I want to just be me. I'm trying to be me, but I don't understand. So what I might... don't know. I'm trying to be fully me on social media, but I'm trying to not get killed and safe and stuff. But I also want to make a lot of friends that like me for me. So, anyway, it's the come up story. Me and you, mate. Genuinely me and you. Like, genuinely, not fuck everyone else. I say that powerfully, like, fuck everyone else, because I'm like, I deeply actually love everybody else, but fuck thinking about that for the moment. It's you and me. We're going to show everybody how we're going to get to the top, and we're going to get to the top, and the top is going to look different for you and me, but it's going to be my top that I fucking love. And that should inspire you to get your top, whatever you like it. Even if you want to be a top or a bottom, you're still going to get to the top of the bottom, if you get what I mean, and if you swing that way. Now, we're okay. We're okay. Seemingly today's a little better, and yeah, I'm dealing with it day by day as we go. But she did leave. It sucks. I did deserve better. There was a massive age gap. She didn't know better. We tried. We did our best. It didn't work. Timing was incorrect. I still don't know if I'll ever find somebody similar or on the same wavelength. Here's hoping. It doesn't matter though, because that as it existed didn't work, meaning it can't work, meaning I need to accept that the thing didn't work at the time. It didn't work at the time. It didn't work at the time. And all my feelings around it are just feelings. It didn't work at the time. It didn't work at the time. So if it didn't work at the time, learn the lessons that could be better. I'm operating on that now. No relationships for Andrew. I know that I've got to get the rig tidy, and I know I've got to get the cash way up personally for me, because I have that as a milestone that I haven't hit in the last 2-3 years, because I've been too intertwined in the femininity and nature. I love females. I love them. They're beautiful creatures. Like I was explaining it today. Every female is like going around the world like da 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 da. But every da 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 tune from every female is so unique. It's so different. It's so precious. It's like a delicate butterfly, and I just want to show them the world, and I want to play and enjoy, and then I want to rip all their clothes off and, you know, take what's mine. I love you very much. You and me together till the end, straight to the top. Let's show him how it's done. Let's show him how to be a real man. A man that can be like, hey, here's my heart. Here's me non-alpha. Here's me struggling, and it's all still fucking okay. Because it's all just the human experience, you know? So, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, yeah? Peace.